Hey Leo, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your love reading for April 3rd through 7th. And this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We're calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light. So don't want to talk to anybody else. What is going on with you, Leo? All right, here we go. Leo. All right, here's the deal. So the first thing that I'm looking at is your heart of the situation. I got the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords together. So it's like there's some kind of completion of a cycle, and there's some kind of stress and sadness and anxiety about the completion of a cycle. All right, Leo, let's look more into this. Here we have, happening now and into the near future, a King of Cups who is reversed. This can be a masculine energy. It can be a man, it can be a woman, it can be the action-oriented part of expressing your emotions. And it looks like you have either expressed your emotions in a way that did not go over very well, or you have a lot of anxiety and stress and upset. You have sadness. I'm hearing fear as well, but there's some kind of great disappointment. And that's kind of, it's happened or it's going to happen in the near future. It doesn't feel unexpected. Yeah, okay. And so your higher self is talking about you being very, this very well could be you telling somebody something that they don't want to hear, and then this is how they're responding. And the King of Cups sometimes can respond in kind of like a grown man being real childish kind of way. But your higher self is talking about you being the Queen of Swords energy. This is about being really solid and stable with your intrinsic intention. It's like I have a really clear understanding of what my intention is. So you might be very direct. You might say something very direct that actually hurts somebody's feelings or makes them feel vulnerable. Ooh, what's going on here? Here's the 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, it looks like you might be ending some kind of idea that somebody has for you. They might see you as this amazing, wonderful, and you're like, yeah, I don't think that we have as much in common as you think we have in common. So there's some kind of mismatch or not being on the same page. I will say this, Leo, it also looks like the big picture is the Page of Swords. This can be an online romance. It can be some kind of online or text type of interaction conversation. Your advice, I will say this, is coinciding with the things that we're talking about here. Your advice is talking about leveling up a relationship. So if somebody is, feeling like, oh yeah, this is great, and you're not feeling like it, it's like, I don't even want to say wait. It's more like don't entertain things that don't feel like a leveled up committed relationship if that's what it is that you're looking for. I will say this too, your advice is agreeing with you that this person that you are not on the same page with, like the reason being is because you want a more solid, committed, stable something rather. Okay, you just want more from this person than it looks like maybe they're able to give, whether they're aware of it or not. Looks like they think they can give it, but they can't, or there's something that's not clicking there. And I want to say this too. Okay, so this is even coming from a place of the 7 of Wands reversed. So this is like somebody, whether it's you or them, somebody is not doing the self-care that they need. It's almost like they're not doing the work that they need to do in order to step forward into a king or into a queen type mentality. This can also just be like, I've let things slide, I've let things go. Right. Like I had a purpose and potential. I had this huge desire for healing. I had this huge desire to I had this grandiose plan of how things were going to go. And then somehow I got sidetracked. This wants to come out too. Yeah, something came up. Here's hidden emotions and the moon and deep, deep emotions. Something threw somebody off track, and it's like, oh, suddenly they were triggered. They needed to deal with some work, deal with some patterns and themes, and they're like, I think maybe I will escape instead. So coming from that place and then being like ending something because it's like, this is bringing me more anxiety than this isn't really what I want. I need something different. And you're very clear about it. Your angels and guides are talking about, yeah, staying in something for too long when you know that it's like you talk about a pattern that you're aware of. Leo, it's like I'm nurturing this thing when I already know what my intention is. I'm nurturing this thing. I'm trying to build it up. I'm trying to get it going and make it grow. But it's almost like you're doing it by yourself. And your angels and guides are saying this is about staying in something too long when you're not being met. Okay, so I want to talk about, here's the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, here's the deal too with this other energy. Release the idea that you're getting what you need out of this. Here, okay, I'm having a couple things come up here. So on one hand, if they knew what you wanted, I feel like they would try to give you what you wanted. What I really feel like, Leo, is that you're not as interested in getting that. It's like on one hand, you're doing it by yourself and you're waiting for somebody, sort of. On the other hand, there's somebody that you're dealing with that you're not necessarily communicating with because you don't really want them to try, because then you would have to commit. Whoa, okay. And your resistance is literally opening to love. Why? Why, Leo? Why? Your resistance. Maybe in this situation, I don't think you're into this person that you're dealing with. And the reason being, it's like, here's the Four of Swords. It's like, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. And there's something about a regret in love. I'm taking a break. I'm disillusioned by love right now. That's what it is. I'm disillusioned by love right now. What love can give me, what I can give love, what I can get in the love department. Let's look at your past, present, and future. In the past, here is the Emperor reversed. So this can be a divine masculine energy that's reversed, that's unhappy. This can be a man or a woman, but it is the action oriented energy that is required for owning the empire, being solid and secure and safe and structured, and being, the dream version of the divine masculine. This divine masculine is the culmination of all the kings, but they're not stepping into any of the kings. They're not acting like a grown man or a grown woman. They're not being action oriented and being grown. So what is going on in present time? We've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, yeah, this is talk about being slow to commit. Slow to commit. That's what's going on right now. There's some complete hold off of, you know what I even want to say? A hold off of innocence. There's some kind of hold off of innocence here. I feel like somebody just doesn't feel like they can trust. They can't open and trust to just be in love. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. There's some reason why the feeling of ease of being in love isn't there. So, okay, here is the trajectory. The trajectory is talking about making a decision. Let's ask a little bit about that, Leo. Making a decision. This one. Here's the Seven of Swords. It's making a decision. I feel like to move past something, water under the bridge, move past something. It's also talking about being stabbed in the back before, betrayed, lied to before, and you're like, I need to make a decision to move on from these things so that I can trust in the future. So happening now or into the near future, we've got this ending some kind of, saying something to someone, ending some kind of expectation in kind of a curt way, perhaps. But then the trajectory is like, I need to open to be able to trust. Here's the King of Swords reversed. But okay, so your higher self is talking about the Queen of Swords down here being really, I get it, being really clear with the internal, intrinsic intention. This is what I want. This is how I see it. These are my expectations. This is what I want. And you've got the Two of Swords reversed. You've got the Seven of Swords reversed. You've got the King of Swords reversed, all in the trajectory. So you are either asking for these things or you are dealing with these things yourself. But this is like, I have to make a decision about leaving things behind in the past. And I'm leaving behind someone who has their head in the sand, who is not action oriented in what I see for myself in the future. Or this is you saying, I have a really clear intention about what it is that I want, but I'm not communicating that clearly in the future. I'm not being action oriented about it. This could also be something about not standing in your worth. So it's like telling the universe, you know, I know what my intention is, but I keep just going out and having fun. And that's not necessarily telling the universe that I want a leveled up, committed relationship. It's telling the universe, I want to have fun. And so the universe gives you partners that are fun rather than a little fun, but also leveled up, looking for more than just fun. Fun, but more than fun too. Okay. Let's see, Leo. I want to do a little clarification here with Lenormand. Yeah, and I want to look at your resistance. Yeah, there's resistance to things being over. It's almost like I'm going to end something before it comes to a close. I'm not really going to work on something, but it's also like I'm not going to work on something that I don't feel like is really going to become anything anyway. It's more about the choices in love, but I am resistant to endings. So I'm resistant to beginnings because if I don't have a beginning, I don't have an ending. Wow, Leo. All right. Happening now and into the near future. Let's clarify that a little bit. What's going on? And we've got the luck of the Irish. This really feels like some kind of casual thing, casual affair, casual coming together, and somebody wants more than the other person. And let's see, it's almost like it's just too easy. It's too easy. Not like easy, like everything's easy, like we get along. It's more like the non-commitment. It's so like, it's almost like somebody thinks there's an agreement to be so casual that it's like, and they think that you're on the same page or you think they're on the same page, something. It's like, we never committed to anything. Our commitment was to go out and have fun. And so there's just a disconnect in there's a disconnect in being on the same page. There are expectations that are not clear, and they're not clear about commitment. Expectations not being clear around commitment. All right. I want to look at the trajectory, the future, a little bit more clarification on that, Leo. And that is talking about there's a lot of information that you need. There's some hidden information that needs to come out for you. Let me ask about that. What kind of hidden information needs to come out for you? You're needing to make a decision. You need to release something in the past, or somebody does. There are these possibly unkind words that are spoken, dealing with somebody who has their head in the sand, or this could be not being clear in your communication around your expectations. Right. Okay. Okay, this is also what I'm feeling in your trajectory. While you're making a decision to release some things from the past, especially energy around cloudy communication, people who have their head in the sand, people who are not trying to even connect, there's this information that you're needing to look at because there's this deterioration happening. I feel like it's, oh my gosh, I'm hearing like with your soul. It's like, this is ruining my idea of love. Like somebody is saying this is like ruining my idea of love. I feel like this is very dramatic. I don't feel like this is true. Your soul is not spiraling down and being deteriorated. It's more of an emotion, and it's a temporary emotion. But in the trajectory, that's what it feels like. It feels like this feeling of The more information I gather, the more people that I interact with, the more this particular line of thinking is reinforced. But the thing is, you're telling the universe, or somebody is telling the universe what they want, and they're not telling the universe what they really want with their, really straightforward intrinsic intention. They're telling the universe something different because their actions are different than what their intentions actually, your desires. You're telling the universe something different than what your actual desires are. When you figure that out, Leo, this is you completely getting everything that you want and more. Once you figure that out, it's like making boundaries. And being action oriented about holding those boundaries safe. I want to ask your romance oracle. What's going on, romance oracle? What do your angels and guides want to tell you about romance? We have 2 cards coming up. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking steps you're guided to take. Make the effort. You deserve love. You are lovable. So don't let this somehow weird negative thinking get you down in the trajectory here. We need to turn it around. Be really action oriented about your thoughts. Even your big picture was the Page of Swords, which can be self-speak, what you are saying to yourself in your mind. So be aware of that. I want to pull one more of these romance oracle, Leo. And it is flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. This is also talking about being lighthearted, not letting yourself kind of get into that upset of this is how people are these days. This is how online relationships are. They are if you are in that energy stream, if you are in that thought stream, that thought form. But you can get into a different thought form and a different stream of energy also. So it's kind of like both are true. Which one do you want to focus on and which one do you want to be true for you? Okay, Leo, let me know how this resonated with you, and I will be back toward the end of the month to look more into your energy. Have a good month, and I'll see you soon.